Hello everyone, Mojo Durmo, and welcome to EFA154 on this Sunday, August 23rd. Today I want to put the attention, the focus on the 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and anybody over 50. Okay, so I'm talking to everyone here. And I want to get into the repetitive medicine, right? Group medicine conversation here. And when you look at prevention versus treating, and that's the world we're in. We are in the world of prevention versus treating. And that world of treating through food is thy medicine, and that which the understanding behind it, if you look at food is thy medicine, it was daily consumption through incrementation. Why food was thy medicine. If I'm going to put together a tapestry for you, that's what it means. Eating daily nutrient dense food, right, through incrementation, through a daily regimen of a lifetime lifestyle. That right there is food is thy medicine. And I talked about this on previous podcasts. Now I understand what nutrient dense food means and what empty calories mean. And what I understand more so is what it does internally to the body if you want to live an illness-free life. And the reason why I want to get into this, I like taking notes, and I like listening, and I always learn. And people tell me, like, when you always got the headphones on, I go, I'm always learning. He goes, you're always productive. I go, I'm always learning. I'm always trying to learn, right? And when I talked about daily incrementation and my issues, when I look at my issues, when I look at the tendonitis issues that I have in the joints, my knees and my elbows, and the different types of tendonitis, that, you know, that feeling when you get off a chair and that back stretch feeling that you're like folded. Well, that's all tied to the tendonitis of the hips and those kind of things. All these conditions, but all these conditions, a lot of these illnesses today, the big bulk of all illnesses are tied to inflammation, right? Inflammatory type bodies, and then insulin type bodies. So there's a lot of these conditions, that insulin type bodies and inflammatory type bodies, and that's the body that I had. And I truly believe that I've never, other than when I did one of these the big diets out there, and I'm gonna say I was in ketosis then, but I didn't feel good. I didn't feel healthy, and I've talked about this before. But the nutrient dense food, and through incrementation, and I mentioned this previously, I will put on my public figure, it's gonna come out soon, all the food that I have access to. Like, you can drop me off anywhere in the world. People ask me, what do you eat? Like, again, another neighbor yesterday asked me, like, what are you doing differently? Please send it to me. And I went through it with him, and you must not, what can you eat? And you must find it hard. And when you travel in business, no, you can drop me off anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter, right? Because I understand it now. Like, I know what to eat, and there's tons of it. It's like, there's everything, right? So, and that's where the empty calories, that's where the nutrients in. But the incrementation has to be daily. A daily incrementation of a lifetime lifestyle of nutrient-dense food entering your body, no more than 3 calorie windows a day, while maintaining a fasting window of minimum 16 hours. That right there is what, if you will, don't let it become what happened to me. And this is what the intent of this podcast today is, don't allow that incrementation, because a lot of these conditions, and you look at all the research and all the medical experts out there, a lot of these conditions that people suffer from in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and that is because it built up from the 20s and 30s. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these medical conditions that never existed before, is because of the lifestyle we live with, and processing sugars and refined carbs and so on and so forth, and not nutrient-dense food. And when you eat nutrient-dense food, it allows you to live an intermittent fasting lifestyle, right? And because you fulfill your needs. It's really, really interesting when you start doing that. You'll understand that. And that right there is food is thy medicine. Food is thy medicine because of daily incrementation, living a lifetime lifestyle of nutrient-dense food, no more than 3 calorie windows a day, allowing your autophagy. And people ask me about autophagy all the time, like, what is that? It is so interesting that you have a self-built cleaning oven, part of your DNA system that activates itself if you give it at least 16 hours plus of fasting every day, right? Listen to my podcast. I want to make this one short and sweet, but speaking to the 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50 plus, everybody out there, do not let the incrementation of an inflammatory body, insulin body, bring you to a point in your life that now you got to treat yourself through incrementations of nutrient-dense food and so on and so forth, or medicine, or surgery in traditional system type medicine. The choice is yours. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA154.